If you overstay your US visa, you could face a permanent ban on traveling to the United States as well as criminal prosecution. Consular officers have full access to your immigration history and will know about past violations. There is no such thing as an honest mistake. It is your responsibility to use your visa correctly. The United States Embassy in Guyana stated on Tuesday. The U.S. Department of State explained that sometimes understanding the difference between the visa expiration date and the length of time you have permission to remain in the United States can be confusing. These are very different terms. A visa simply indicates that your application has been reviewed by a consular office at a U.S. embassy or consulate and that the officer determined you're eligible to travel to a U.S. port of entry for a specific purpose. The port of entry can be an airport, a seaport, or a land border crossing. It is important to note that at the port of entry, a U.S. immigration officer of the Department of Homeland Security decides whether to allow you to enter and how long you can stay for any particular visit as part of the admission process. Only the U.S. immigration officer has the authority to permit you to enter the United States. On the admission stamp or paper form I-94, the U.S. immigration inspector records either an admitted until date or DS duration of status. If your admission stamp or paper form I-94 contains a specific date, then that is the date by which you must leave the United States. If you have DS on your admission stamp or paper form I-94, you may remain in the United States as long as you continue your course of studies, remain in your exchange program, or qualify in employment. The admitted until date or DS notation shown on your admission stamp or paper form I-94 is the official record of your authorized length of stay in the United States. You cannot use the visa expiration date in determining or referring to your permitted length of stay in the United States. For Newsroom, Esanela Patwo.